Hello, and welcome to today's show. With us today is Natalie Souchet. She lives in Round Lake, Illinois, and goes to Monona High School. He moved to Round Lake from Chicago when she was in 4th grade, and has been there since she is 4. She is a senior, enjoys going to concerts, hanging out with friends, and watching movies. Her favorite classes in school are science and criminal law, making it no surprise that she wants to go to college to become a forensic scientist. One college she has in mind is the University of Illinois at Chicago, or USC. But let's find out why from no other than herself. So here's Natalice. So Natalice, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. So you mentioned you want to go into forensic science and forensic studies. So why don't you explain to us a little about what that entails?
Okay. Well, I want to be part of the lab where more of the investigators go into the scene or whatever, and then they bring back blood samples, and then I want to be the one to test it and come out with results and everything like that.
So is it almost like you're analyzing stuff from crime scenes all the time?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, more of the science part of it rather than the investigation part of it.
Okay, so if you did get a job, let's say as a forensic scientist, would it be at a police station, or would it be at a laboratory? Or?
It's more like FBI.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So would you say your dream job is to be an FBI agent?
Yeah, probably. I know one of the rules is that when you are an FBI agent, you can't work for the state that you lived in all your life. So I would have to move away in order to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did this enjoyment for forensic science come to life?
Well, maybe my freshman year, because that's when I took criminal law, and that's when I started learning more what the job includes and stuff. So learning from my teacher was Miss Plu, and watching movies and how it happens and stuff, that sparked my interest in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you taking any classes other than criminal law that are introducing you to forensic science?
Well, chemistry also introduces you to microscopes and stuff.
Okay.
Honors anatomy teaches you more how to take blood and stuff and test it and run it through some simulators and stuff. And then I'm taking STEM now, so it's more independent study, so it's teaching me how to be more independent with every experiment.
So have you are you becoming more experienced with handling these tools to analyze the stuff?
I'm not less nervous than I was before with using stuff like that. Using microscopes is always something that a lot of people struggle with, so I'm able to use them more rather than what I did before.
So have you visited USC's campus and seen their forensic lab?
I actually have a cousin that goes there, so they did a shadowing program where I actually stayed the night with her there. So yeah,
interesting.
Actually
Awesome. And we'll hear more about this after our commercial break.
Your mom's a terrible driver. Get in.
That's not my mom.
Hey, I'm sort of your mom. We're both 25 to 35 years old. We're both women on the go, and we both clocked a lot of miles. Believe me. Whatever, I'm out of here.
Sorta you isn't you. Only Esurance has coverage my way. It helps make sure you only pay for what's right for you, not someone sorta like you. That's insurance for the modern world. Esurance. Back
Welcome back to the show. Before the break, we were talking about Natalice and how she hopes to become a forensic scientist. So Natalice, you mentioned how you have a cousin that goes to UIC. So is she in the field, studying in the field of?
Yeah, she actually is. She wants
Okay.
to become a police officer though, and then she wants to move into criminal justice. Like I don't want to start off as a police officer, so that's
Okay.
like where we differentiate.
Would you say becoming a police officer before becoming a forensic scientist is like good, or would you just suggest going into forensic scientist?
Well, it depends like how long you want to wait until you want to start like your actual career, because her being a police officer, she wants to just going into the crime scenes. Like she doesn't want to be part of
Okay.
like the science part of it. So
Oh, okay.
that's a good start for her.
So you're more interested in the science part more than like seeing the actual crime scene?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So is she, what year of college is she in?
She's in her 3rd year now. So she's out of like the general education part and she's more moving into like
Okay.
learning.
Okay. So have you toured the lab at UIC or no? Have you just heard about it?
Well, when I was there, like the shadow people weren't allowed inside the labs
okay.
at all.
Okay.
So we are just more allowed inside like the dorm rooms and then like the general classrooms, like where the general education is. And that's when I went when she was in gen ed still. So I was just able to just sit there and watch her gen ed's classes.
Okay. Okay. So is forensic scientist like the normal 4 years of college, or do you have to go beyond the 4 years of
I
college?
have to go beyond the 4 years of college, like into more of a tech school, like I guess you can say a trade school for science. So
Okay. So how many years do you think that will take?
probably like 8 in total for all my
Okay.
college. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. And it's your cousin that goes to USC, right? So do you have any other family that's in the field of forensic science or no?
Well, like I have an aunt who is a police officer,
Okay.
so like that's the only one that's like closest to that. So like she tells me a lot of like stories and stuff. So.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I do. I actually have 2 younger brothers and a younger sister.
So you're the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys all live in Round Lake, or is your family like?
Well, my mom and dad are separated, so I live with my
Okay.
brothers with my mom, and then I have a sister with my dad, and they live in Bolingbrook.
Okay, okay. And then what about your aunt and cousin? Do they live?
They live in Chicago, actually.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my cousin lives on the campus, but like she grew up in Chicago, and then my aunt is a police officer in Chicago, so she lives there too.
So when you lived in Chicago, did you live near your aunt? And,
Yeah, we were actually like neighbors, basically.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like you can actually just walk to her house, and like my cousin, we lived in like apartments, so my cousin lived upstairs, so we were always very close, and it was weird moving here from there.
and was it close to the campus?
Yeah, it actually is.
Thank you, Natalice. We will learn more about this after we come back from commercial.
Let's go! 50 Omaha, set hut. Right there, nice. Losing feeling in my toes. Nothing beats that new car smell. Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Nationwide is on your side.
If you're salt and pepper, you tell people to push it. Push it real good. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'm pushing it real good.
Hello, and welcome back to our show. We were just learning about Natalice and her family and how she used to live in Chicago. So you said how you used to live by your cousins and stuff, and it's close to the campus. So do you feel like moving away from the campus was a advantage or a disadvantage in away from your
Well,
family?
I think like moving away from my family was more of a disadvantage because we always like attended the same school and like we were
Okay.
always very close, and like now I'm like basically the only one that's away from them, so it's kind of hard.
So aside from forensic science, you mentioned you like to box. So why don't you tell us a little about like how often a week you box?
Okay. Well, I started when I was 15, so I do it every Monday, Wednesday, and then sometimes on Friday, sometimes not. I train from 6 to 8
Okay.
with my trainer, so.
Okay. And where is your boxing gym?
It's in Round Lake Beach. It's called 9 Round.
Okay. So do you have any like do you actually do like actual fights, or do you just like train and like?
I mostly like train, and like you go against the people that you're training with, cause like it's 5-to-1 trainer, so
okay.
you mostly like just go against each other.
Okay. And do you like your trainer?
Yeah, I actually do. It's really nice.
So can you explain to us some moves he's taught you, or?
Well, like it's more of like skill with your arms and like learning
okay.
when to block punches and
Okay.
learning the spots where it's like easier to get the opponent down.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So do you do any other sports besides boxing?
Well, in the past I did softball like
Uh-huh.
for a while, but I stopped.
And when did you stop doing softball?
Well, I started working, and like they always
okay.
clash schedules, so I wasn't
Okay.
able to do it.
Where do you work?
I work at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, nice. Do you
Yeah.
like it there?
The customers are really hard to deal with sometimes because they're very like specific with their order and like. I don't
Okay.
know,
Yeah. So in Dunkin' Donuts, like, what's your job? Are you like the cashier, or?
Well, when you work there, you literally just have one job, and you're helping customers. You're doing cashier. You're doing everything. Like some people think that Baskin and Dunkin' workers are like separated, but they're really not. It's just
Oh,
one
okay.
job. Yeah.
Okay. So what's like at Dunkin' Donuts? What's like your favorite thing to do?
To do, well, like whenever a customer orders coffee, it's kind of like a relief because I don't like making shakes. Like they're so annoying to make. Like some people order like 5 large shakes and they're like all different flavors, and it's
Yeah.
just really annoying. Yeah.
Gotcha. So have you had any previous jobs besides your Dunkin' Donuts?
No, it was actually my first job. I've been there for a year already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And how often do you work there?
Well, since my parents are separated, it like differs every week. So like whenever I go with my dad, I don't work on the weekend, and whenever I'm with my mom, I work on the weekend. So.
Okay. So then, let's say you're with your mom. Would you work Monday through Sunday, like every day after school? Or?
It's usually Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then when I go with my dad, it's the Sunday like that starts the week, and then Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Annalise. We will learn more about this after our commercial break.
When I grow up, I want to file all day.
I want to claw my way up to middle management.
Be replaced on a whim.
I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man.
Yes, woman.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job. I want sunshine blowing up my dress.
Welcome aboard, folks. Just go ahead and take any empty seat that you see.
I hope it's not contagious. So I do have it. When your mom wakes up, can you tell her about me?
Hello, and welcome back to today's show. We were just learning about how Natalise moved from Chicago to Round Lake and her job at Dunkin' Donuts. So, Natalise, besides work and boxing, do you have time for friends and like?
Yeah, I actually do. Well, like I try to find time to hang out with them like before I work on weekends, so that like I still have like a social life rather than just being like, oh, work like all the time.
Okay,
so,
okay. So are all your friends seniors like you, or are they juniors, or?
Yeah, I mostly have senior friends. I probably have like one junior that I talk to, because a lot of the seniors that I talk to now, they were like my first friends when I moved here. So,
okay,
yeah.
okay. So do you have any friends in Chicago, where you originally lived?
Yeah, I actually do. We still keep in contact. Like we try to hang out as much as possible because they still live by like my family. So my family like still says hi to them because we were always very close growing up. Yeah.
So do you like? How often would you say you go down to Chicago to either visit family or friends, or?
Well, I go with my dad like every other weekend, and we usually try to do like one day like in Chicago so I can visit family and stuff since I don't see them very often. But if I don't get to, then like I always go. I figure it out, yeah.
So you usually go with your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned you're a senior, so how's senior year going for you?
Well, I'm kind of ready to graduate already. Like, senioritis is really kicking in. I know it's like the beginning of the year, but like, I don't know, I'm just ready. I'm just thinking of the day that like I graduate and stuff.
Okay,
so.
okay. So it's pretty stereotypical that senior year you take a bunch of blow-off classes, so is there any classes that you think are like blow-off classes in a way?
Maybe not like blow-off classes, but like classes that I needed a credit for, that I needed to fill the space with. So like maybe industrial tech, like I never plan on taking like a wood shop class, so like that's just like a period that I take because I needed it.
So like besides core classes, like all the other classes are like classes just to fill?
Yeah, I mean I had to take English because you need 4 years of English, and then I wanted to take another math class, so I'm taking stats. I mean, I kind of regret it, but it's okay.
So besides science, what would you say your next favorite subject is?
My next favorite subject, maybe not English altogether, but I like writing.
Okay,
so, yeah.
okay. Do you like to write stories, or?
I like writing more narratives because like I feel like you're just able to get your ideas down, like whatever you want to write, rather than having like a specific type of paper that you have to read. You just have a question and you like free write it, basically.
So like free writing and like creative writing is, okay. Isn't there a class offered like creative writing?
Yeah, I was trying to get into it, but like I changed my schedule last minute and they were already filled, so I couldn't do it.
Okay. So you haven't taken creative writing like throughout your 4 years?
No.
So do you know when your graduation is, or have they not?
It's actually May 13th. Yeah,
May 13th?
Yeah.
Wow, that's early. And where is it taking place?
The Sears Center? I forgot what it's called, but it's always where like always has been. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So have you applied to UIC yet, or other colleges?
Yeah, I actually have. I visited Miss Ruskin. She like helped me with like the whole process and like transcripts and everything.
Oh, okay. Okay. So have you committed to a college yet, or are you still?
I mean, I have like options. I mean, one of my options is to go to CLC for 2 years just to get gen ed out of the way. I mean, that's obviously like the cheaper route and stuff. And if I do go to CLC, I kind of want to go out of state because I'm staying for 2 more years, and it'll probably make me want to leave.
Okay, that makes sense. So would you feel like going to CLC would be a positive experience, or negative?
I actually think it would. I mean, I know a lot of Mundline students go there, and it's just like a reunion basically of Mundline students there. But I think it's like really smart financially because the 2 years of gen ed that you're taking is like the same as another college, you know?
Okay,
then you're like, saving a lot of money.
Do they have like a type of forensics program there, or no?
No, they actually don't. They don't really have like a lot of science classes available, but they're able to transfer me like straight into the UIC program.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what exactly is gen ed?
Gen ed is just like your basic classes, just like high school, like your core classes, English, math, science, like the classes that are required for you.
Okay, so like core classes and okay.
Yeah.
So would you like to go to CLC for only 2 years, or would you not mind going there for the full 4 years?
No, I definitely want to finish in 2 years there, yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where you are, you just want to finish?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So how is there any vacations that you want to eventually go on, or any places you eventually want to visit?
Actually, after graduation, I wanted to go like to an island, probably like Dominican Republic, because I have family there that I haven't met yet. So I've been wanting to go like to an island after graduation.
So you mentioned your family and you haven't met them yet?
Yeah, I haven't met them yet because they've lived there their whole lives and stuff, and I've never been there before. So I want to be able to meet like the aunts and uncles that I haven't met before.
So it's aunts and uncles and cousins. Okay. Have they ever visited here or no? Like, have they ever come to the States or?
I'm pretty sure they have, like when I was younger, so maybe I did meet them, but I obviously don't remember, so like I technically call it not meeting them because I don't remember.
Yeah, I understand. So thank you, Annalise, and we will learn more about her family when we come back from commercial.
When you told me about this Candy Crush game, at first I thought, so what? But now I can't stop playing.
That's not how it works.
I mean, it's so simple. It's like my car insurance. I saved 15% in 15 minutes.
Well, Esurance could have saved you money in half that time.
3 in a row. Sweet.
15 minutes for a quote isn't so sweet.
Level 2.
Start with a quote from Esurance and you can save money on car insurance in half the time. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Welcome back from our commercial break. We were just learning about how Annalise has family in the Dominican Republic, and she would like to go there after graduation. So, Annalise, what outside of your family draws you to the Dominican Republic?
Well, I've been to Puerto Rico, and I have family there as well. So I'm pretty sure like the islands are similar in certain ways, and like I really liked Puerto Rico. I actually lived there for a few years too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that?
Well, I lived there from when I was 1 to 3, so like they brought me back before I was able to start school because they don't want me going into the schooling system there. They wanted me to start here.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So do you have any family in other places than the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, or?
Yeah, I actually have family in the Philippines, which is another place that I want to go to because that's where like my grandma grew up, and like she lived there and she moved here and stuff. She even had to like change her name to move here, so. It's really like interesting to like learn about my family there that I've obviously never met. So.
Oh, okay. So you haven't met your grandma either in the.
No, I have.
Oh.
She moved here when she was like 12, I think.
Oh, okay.
And over there in the Philippines, my great grandmother actually named her baby, and like that's technically not like a legal name here. So when she moved here, she had to change her name to Juliet.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go back to the Philippines, let's just say, would you like to take your grandma with?
Yeah, actually, she wants to visit like her uncles there and stuff because she hasn't seen them in like a while.
Okay.
So I'd like to go with her because she obviously knows like where to go and like places to go and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. So where does your grandma live then?
My grandma, she lives in Chicago.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems like a lot of your family lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other places you have family besides those three? Or?
Yeah, I actually have family in like California, New York, Colorado, Florida. So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your thoughts today, and Annalise. I enjoyed having you on the show, and I hope everyone has a good day. Goodbye.